All right, Pat. A little bit of NFL talk, just
Some
because it has to be
foosball?
done. Some foosball. Yes, it's Wednesday, and yes, the last football game played was Monday. However, a lot of big things happened, so we're going to talk about them. To begin with, just because I'm here, Steelers, I don't know what happened with them. They laid an egg, pretty much. They laid an egg. And I was there, too, which was upsetting.
What hatched, Alex?
What hatched was an L.
A big L?
A big L for the Pittsburgh team. But it's okay. I mean, we're 6-4. We're tied. We're third in our division, behind the Bengals and Browns. I don't know how the Browns are in first, ladies and gentlemen.
Brian Hoyer.
Brian Hoyer is leading the
savior.
Cleveland Browns.
And Johnny Football
are leading the Cleveland Browns to first place in the AFC North. And I never thought those words would ever come out of my mouth. But it's happening. It's happening. I know, shout out to one of my brothers, he's probably not watching, Jeremy Kruger. He graduated last year. Huge Cleveland Browns fan, so he was laughing in my face this weekend. So he must be very happy right now. However, Cleveland Browns, first place, crazy. Ravens and Steelers are third and fourth, ridiculous. I don't even know what to say. And, I mean, I'm just dumbfounded. How do you go 3 games, throwing 12 touchdowns in 2 of them, and just lay an egg like that against a 1-8 team? I mean, when it comes to the Jets, people underestimate the Jets a lot because they're 1-8 now, 2-8.
They're not a 2-8 team.
They are not. They're definitely not a 2-8 defense. Let me tell you, that defensive line is phenomenal.
I think people are projecting the Jets to, or at least I was projecting maybe a game under 500, or maybe like literally just 500. I didn't expect them to make the playoffs, but I was thinking maybe like a situation from last year where they would just go 8-8. This year, I think it's more 2-8. I think it's a mix of the fact that Geno Smith, their offensive game.
Well,
I think before Michael Vick.
Yeah, Michael Vick is taking over now.
Yeah, I think that the veteran leadership on that part is somewhat of a
It's
positive.
working.
Yeah, it is working. Well, at least last Sunday.
Yeah, at least in one game it is.
Yeah, but obviously you go 2-8. There are things you need to work out,
but
definitely. I think that as a team, I don't think the Jets are as horrible
as everyone's saying they are.
As horrible, they're horrible on paper, but as a team, I don't think they're that awful.
Definitely, completely. And you know what else? Another New York team we got to talk about are the Giants. I mean, they were playing well against. They played Seattle. They lost 38-17, but they were playing well. Let me tell you, they were up 17-14 at the half, I believe.
Yeah, and then they just kind of
the Seahawks just ran away.
They dropped
with it.
an egg.
Laid an egg. If you drop an egg, you're gonna break it.
Well, like, can you say it's like the equivalent?
Well, laying an egg is physically producing an egg, and dropping the egg is.
But I feel like dropping the egg is even worse. Like, what if they already laid the egg and they're like running?
Maybe you're dropping the ball. I think that's what you meant to say.
See, I always mix up those things.
Yeah.
Sorry, they definitely dropped the ball then. Actually, they literally dropped the ball a few times. But,
yeah. It's football. But no. But the Seattle just ran away with that game. Eli Manning. Hold on, I'm just trying to pull up the stats here. Eli Manning, and again, when it comes to the Giants, everyone's like, "Oh, Eli."
Eli's been playing a really good. He's had a decent season so far. I don't know why everyone's giving him. If anything, I mean, like, what do you do? What do you do if you're the Giants again? You don't make the playoffs. Like, what are your options? Like, what are you going to end up doing? Like, I mean, like, me and my roommate Eddie think that if the Giants lay an egg this year, and and end up not doing well.
You think Eli's gone?
No, Coughlin's job is gonna be gone.
I was just gonna say, if you say Eli, you're wrong. It's Coughlin.
Because I mean, like, at this point, like, what can you really blame Eli Manning for? I mean,
he has no weapons.
He has no like things
other
to
than
utilize.
Beckham Jr. is doing great.
Yeah,
he was 7 receptions for 108 yards.
Yeah,
so that was crazy.
That's a positive. Victor Cruz is injured for the season. I mean, for what he's dealing with right now, I mean, you really can't complain if you're a Jets fan. I think it's a fact that Coughlin, I mean, they haven't made the playoffs in how long?
Couple years,
2012, right? That's our junior year. So I mean, take that of high school. So you take that into account. That's kind of like something needs to be done.
Whether it's a reshape of the offensive line.
He gave you 2 Super Bowls, and I think that's awesome. And I think that every once in a while you just need. I think that they need to move on.
A revamp. They got to reset the whole team.
Yeah.
But you have to keep Eli. That's the thing, because Eli, everyone's like, oh, he's elite. I wouldn't call him an elite quarterback.
He's clutch. All right, wait.
I haven't seen him producing that lately.
All right,
so I really wouldn't necessarily call him
let me
clutch.
rephrase that. How about he just gave you 2 titles?
There you go. That's good. He helped you win 2 Super Bowl titles.
Like when you got to the Super Bowl game, he delivered.
Played.
He
Yes,
delivered.
he definitely played his best. But now it's just like without his weapons. I mean, without Cruz, he's got Beckham is a great asset, but how much can one receiver do? When you have an offensive line that gives you 2 seconds of pocket protection, Eli's got to either adapt where it comes to rolling out or stepping up in the pocket. But if he doesn't do that and Eli's going to play how Eli used to play, then you have to build around Eli. And that includes revamping the offense, getting a new offensive line, getting a new coach, getting something going for Eli to work with. Because if he's not going to adapt and change, you got to figure out a way for him to be him. All right? That's how the Giants are going to need to step up.
Yeah. I mean,
that's pretty much it.
yeah.
You know?
Because especially after, the game against Seattle, I remember, you go to 12-man,
The Giants are 3-6 now. Something's got to change.
But you can't also hate on the fact that, I didn't see them beating the Seahawks this weekend.
Oh, no, definitely not.
I mean, especially in Seattle. I mean, it's like that's insane.
One of the hardest places to play in the NFL.
Yeah, but I think it's the fact that they played so well in the first half, and then they just kind of, plopped, second half, and especially in the fourth quarter. It was just kind of unraveled. So I mean, they definitely they know the best interest for the team. But I think obviously something needs to be done.
And I just want to touch base real quick on the Panthers-Eagles game on Monday night. Now, I'm not a fan of either of these teams, but let me just say that Eagles defense literally dominated that game. I think they sacked Cam 8 times.
That's crazy.
Hold on, let me. I think it's coming up now. Yeah, it must have been like 8 times or something. The defense stepped up. They picked them off. Cam Newton. Say something, Pat.
So, what's up?
No. He threw 2 touchdowns, Cam, for 306 yards, but he missed 15 throws.
You know what?
He was 25 for 40.
You know what makes me so angry?
What makes you so angry?
The fact that Mark Sanchez threw 300-plus yards with 2 touchdowns, and he's been, rock solid the past, what happened? The Eagle fans are getting wins, they're getting touchdowns, they're getting, completions, and I get a butt fumble.
Yeah. Sanchez threw his first 300-plus game since December 30th, 2012.
Oh, my God. I thought you were going to say 2009. I was going to throw up.
Oh, my God. Well, that would have been ridiculous, but Sanchez, literally, it's been 2-3 years since he threw a 300-plus game.
You know what's crazy?
Crazy?
I don't know, I'm just right. Mark Sanchez took the Jets to 2 straight AFC championships.
Back-to-back AFC championship games and couldn't produce.
They lost both of them.
Yep.
And both of them they could have won, if you think about it.
No,
I mean,
completely.
And then the Steelers, I remember there was one point when they were on the line.
There was one, I remember that game very well. It was 2009 AFC championship game leading to Super Bowl 45.
Yeah.
Steelers-Jets in Pittsburgh.
Oh, no, was that 2010?
10, excuse me, correct.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
2010. In Pittsburgh, Jets dominated by the Steelers in the first half. It was 24-0 at the half, and the Jets came back within a touchdown because we just didn't produce at all. We stopped scoring in that second half. You guys almost came back and won that game.
Yeah, and I remember there was one point when they were on the line. It was first and goal, and I was like, they're gonna we're gonna tie this game. We're gonna come back. And literally, they were just trying to stuff through that defensive line. It just was not happening.
Nope.
And I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" And then
we went on to win, and so on and so forth, and the rest is history.
Yep.
But I mean, it's good to see Sanchez playing well in a different atmosphere.
Yeah, I think that honestly, I think that's what he needed.
Mm-hmm.
I think when he was with the Jets for so long, I feel like it was almost like a suffocation thing. Obviously, as we all remember the butt fumble. And obviously it was funny, but for Mark Sanchez, it's probably going to be one of the most embarrassing parts of his career.
Oh, yeah.
I think people have to remember that, especially with the Jets, I really don't think he had a lot of weapons. He didn't really have a lot of, the things to utilize his skill with. So,
he had a few with Curly, and he had Holmes a little bit.
Yeah.
But not much.
And he had, do you have LaDainian Tomlinson too?
And he had LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll give him a break on that, but I mean, I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
You know, moving on.
All right, enough of the NFL. Real quick, just want to touch base on the NBA before we have to sign off here. Magic play the Knicks in the Garden tonight at 7:30. I mean, this is just a cigar kind of game. But the Knicks are 2-6 now, lowest scoring team in the NBA with an average of 91 points per game. And Carmelo is at 33.9% of shooting. And someone got to step up.
At this point of the season, you know, you have to look at the fact that it's also they're adjusting to new offense. You know, as we all know, Phil Jackson coming in. You know, he's using the triangle offense. I think that there's some parts that he would rather see than a couple of the. I'm pointing fingers at J.R. Smith. I honestly think after the season, or maybe even this year, he's going to be traded because I think he's like obviously a cancer to a team.
I honestly just think it's all up to Carmelo. I mean, if he doesn't play, then the Knicks aren't going to play.
Well, Carmelo, I think, has to be at his best. And, you know, I really don't understand the triangle offense. I don't really understand why people, you know, are pooping their pants about it. But obviously, it won Phil Jackson 6+ championships. So, I mean,
yeah,
I'm not going to say anything. But I look at the fact that, you know, they're still trying to execute that. They're trying to figure that out. I think after next season, I think Phil Jackson's going to make a lot of trades. I think he's going to make a lot of moves in order to make the Knicks a better squad to execute how they want to play the game. So far, I think the Knicks are going to be a good playoff team. Well, you just gotta give it time.
Yeah, only time will tell. With
I think you just gotta. It's all about patience.
But hopefully they could start something tonight against the 2-6 Magic team in the Garden. Let's hope the Knicks pull something out here.
I think they have to.
If they don't, then something's got to change.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think
I have something to say.